What's happening, everybody? Hell broke loose here. Isn't it a damn shame you can't pick up America and just shake it like you would a dumb son of a bitch that you was dealing with? Just had no sense. Just shake him. America's done lost his fucking mind. I haven't been making as many videos because social news feed has been pretty well covering the insanity that's going on, but it's still going on. Like the Arizona caucus, so corrupt, so thousands and thousands of voters denied votes, and it all leaned toward the Trumpster and the Shillery. Now I'm losing. It's hard for me. I made another video a while back. It's hard for me to say if Bernie don't get the nomination, we have to vote for Hillary to keep Trump and Cruz out. It's getting harder and harder every day for me to say that. It really is. Number one, Trump's likely to win the nomination or be close to it unless they have a broker convention. Trump is dangerous. There will be much bloodshed, not just in the United States, citizens killing citizens, but around the world. Trump's a fucking idiot. He's a stone cold psychopath that doesn't have a conscience. And I read a scientific study yesterday that proves him and his ilk are psychopaths. And the sad thing is, the 30 million or so, give or take, that's the estimate I've gotten, followers that he has are psychopaths too. But they don't have the personality strength. They don't have the leadership capability. So they're following their internal image. They're following the man that can put voice to the ideas in their own head. A video like this, if it reaches a Trumpster, isn't going to faze you because you're a racist. You're ignorant as shit. You're xenophobic. You have no respect for other countries. You have no respect for the Constitution. You have no respect for women. Here's the other thing about Trumpster that tells a hell of a story about the right wing of Christianity. The right wing, a lot of these 30 million followers of Trump are devout, God-believing, Bible-beating, never Bible-reading, but they beat that fucker, Christians. Meaning what? That they have the same hate, racism, homophobia, misogyny that Trump has. That's your right-wing Christianity. There you go. But the sad thing is, the scary thing is, I don't think Trump's going to make it as the nominee of the Republican Party, and he'll eventually have to run as an independent because I think they're going to broker the convention and choose their own candidate, which will likely be Ted Cruz. Now here's where it gets scary. Ted Cruz's idol and main mentor is his father, who's a fucking maniac, evangelical, born again, dead always in the head, son of a bitch. He claims with certainty that God has chosen Ted to not be president, but to be king of this country. That if he's chosen, he'll get that same following that Trump had. Yeah. He'll get that 30 million of ignorant, hating, just stupid people. And he'll get a lot of more Christians, a lot of Christians who aren't just so extreme, but yet they'll vote for him because he's running on a Christian platform. His goal is to make everyone in America Christian, hence more and more bloodshed. Because you got to kill me to make me a Christian. And that's the way atheists are. And that's the way a whole lot of Americans are. If you come to them and say, you have to be this way, it'll be, fuck you, boom, bam. That's Cruz. Now let's get to the left side of the card table. The Hillary. The epitome. The epitome of what's got this country down. She's taken something, it was either $44 or $66 million from Wall Street since 2002. She gets $220,000 a speech from Goldman Sachs. Out in Arizona, a couple days ago, Bernie was giving a speech, a free speech, how about that, to 17,000 people in a stadium. At the same time, Hillary was at a closed invitation-only dinner, $2,500 a seat, $10,000 to talk to the bitch. And yeah, I said bitch, and I meant it. If you are so fucking narcissistic and egocentrical that you're going to charge someone $10,000 just to talk to you, and you want to be the leader of America, you've lost your fucking mind. Hillary will take care of Wall Street first, the military-industrial complex first. She gets a lot of money. She's gotten more money from the military-industrial complex than any other candidate. She gets money from the prison complex that keeps these laws in place about marijuana so that they can keep their business of locking young people up. Yeah, she supports that. And Hillary's been leaning on prayer more and more and more and more, trying to appeal to the evangelical side. She prays this. Hell, she don't do a speech without praying in it. Hillary and Bill are as corrupt as any right-wing politician, possibly more corrupt. The problem with the right-wing politician is they have all the wrong fucking ideas. They can't even talk to you on a sensible level. They openly admit they're for the corporate greed. You know, these governors like Bob Agenda was, he's gone now, congressmen and shit that push the money to the top, that just favor the wealthy. They're not doing it because they think it's going to work. Neither did Reagan. This was not a well-intentioned move. This trickle-down economics, it was designed to do exactly what the fuck it has done. Keep 99% of the money among 1% of the people. That's Hillary. You think she received well over $600,000 for speeches and ain't gonna give nothing back? I read another article a couple months ago about the Clinton Foundation accepted $50 million from some oil cartel in down in Colombia, maybe Brazil, so that she would give them preferences if she made office. People don't donate $50 million to a personal foundation without wanting something back. It's like that meme I saw with Sam Elliott yesterday said, if you think that Wall Street's going to give you $15 million and not expect anything in return, you're a special kind of stupid. Well, Clinton supporters are a special kind of stupid. Let me relate this to you like the Bible. See, me being an atheist, I can do Bible too. About to drop something there. I can do Bible too. Bernie's a socialist Jew. Guess who else was a socialist Jew according to the story? Yeah, Jesus. Very few people followed him. I think he had 120 disciples. That's it. They kept buying into the government shit. That's what you're doing. You got a socialist Jew who's honest, who's not been busted in a lie, has never been under indictment or investigation of any kind, cares nothing about the elite. They're fine. They'll take care of themselves. We can split this money up. We can tax them, and they'll still be so damn rich. They can just throw $100 bill out the window every 100 yards going down the road and never miss it. Now we got a man that cares about me as a citizen, the lack of money that I make, doing the little things that I do now. My income has fallen 60% in the last 10 years. I'm skilled. Well, they set up a system where they don't want old people. Once upon a time, I could get jobs without criminal background checks. Well, 1983, I did a dumb crime. Well, that's on me now. Well, now they're pulling that shit back up. We got a system that is so rigged to beat down the one who's already down. The 40 million Americans who are in pitiful poverty. There's only one man can straighten that shit out, and that man is Bernie Sanders. Hillary will give us more of the same. She won't call for a $12 minimum wage. She's lying. She'll call to start jacking it up by 50 cents every 2 years or some shit like that till it hits 12. Well, that don't even keep up with the cost of inflation. You Hillary Clintonistas are addicted to the establishment. Addicted. You believe every soundbite you hear off of NBC or Fox or MSNBC or whatever it is. You can't even realize what's wrong when they're not following Bernie Sanders. You can't, you don't have the cognitive ability. I used to think Democrats were smart. You can't put two and two together. The establishment hates him. The establishment is a tiny handful of people versus the 310 million in America. The establishment hates Bernie Sanders. They don't want him there. And here's the other thing. This is what makes you all treasonous to a degree, in my mind. There's never been a poll since this shitstorm started that showed where a Republican in the presidential race can beat Bernie Sanders. Not a one. Not Cruz, not Trump. They can't come close. The current polls have Trump and Hillary tied. So that means there's a margin of error of 3%. Today, Trump could win it or Hillary could win it. That danger's not worth flirting with. They show Cruz beating her. You all don't want America. You want Hillary. And if your reason is simply because female in office, you're fucked in the brain. I didn't support Barack Obama because he was black. I supported him because he had the best ideas. And he did. And we'll never know what he could have got done with a proper Congress and Senate. Now, y'all are un-American. We got one American pulling full of the American people who wants to downgrade war and stop going in and overthrowing governments. He wants us all to have a living wage. He wants every damned one of us to have health insurance across the board. It's doable. The process of doing it has been proven over and over, not least by Robert Reich, the #1 economist in the United States. The United States government spends $1.6 trillion on corporate welfare per year. That'll cover everything Bernie needs to do. Did this wake anybody up? I'm just one person. I realize I got a little raw in that, but I started this thing out doing videos as hell broke loose at Dupree. I can enter this personality in my head. Whether that makes me insane or not, I don't give a fuck. Steve McClung don't do very good at convincing anybody of anything. Now, I've had my complainers. They don't like the profanity, but since I scaled it back and got all calm and shit, my views have gone way down and shares have gone way down and all that. So for those of you who don't like my profanity, don't watch any Comedy Central. Don't watch any shows with profanity in them. I don't want to ever hear of any of you watching a TV show with the word goddamn in it or fuck you, because you're hypocrites. So I'm just going to keep on being hell broke loose and Dupree in these videos. Stephen Klung's another guy. It's hell broke loose. Till next time.